House President said the ma University of Ghana Lagos. Nenumu na bi mu che se nche obewura manu osem ya de ane nei wode nanu bi sema ba betudwa e wo sansem ane nkofo bi no me kafa ho a eno so ama ne bono obetin sema foforo bi no me ka we ho ane nyina no nchemu no beti wa he ya wode ane so be me fidie no ada ha na de ekoso no wetimi enyemu echefa ye be hyensem na sede e dia yeseda be ma aboafo sanse wo mo na ebo ye tridom talent microfinance sikasem wasem no dia ba o se beji sikabobra na brabo na obon bibia anye kama entimi fama besia na yede ma wo tisu na edwedifo ahodo ankrankra obibia opesika bobra no besia na yede ma osi nketwa bi ne da ho a wodi kodi udada adwuma ye be ye nhyehyeye ne mbre bebrama wa wo betwetwa ne kakra kosi so betwa ne nyina ewie no na de aka na ba be yi wudwetira eno ne hyehye wo de gu akwemedi ama obia wo mun krabata ne doso e wo man Ghana ha mantam dunsia ne de mu nsia no wo ma hyata mu wo gba adwuma wo te talent microfinance ni ade ben wo no kwa wo be hyehye sikasem ni ye etimi edi ama yen free hwe na yen ko KFM Musical Center eno so ye instruments ne ho aka de sorry ahodo am wo man Ghana ha enyum to folk ahodo am wo man Ghana ha mu ya instruments e wo na nimeti apobo no wo fom na hodin wom no eno so to nsa de afro se brabeji bi fiti speakers guitar combos drums sets ene ho nkro no be nyina no wo se beji bi na adwuma wo ye enyum to adwuma no bibia anye kama entimi emfa emankramantem opo mecha kwan no mu Accra Zongo Lane wo asantimantem so ade ni edum wo mu ni Samba Hotel no edi enimhye okọ instruments ni wakade bia no wo be ma bisikasem no enso a kotuetua ne kakra ebo ano a na kwakwakofa instruments eno ne hyehye yom de egu ho e de ama obia na bibia na timi aye kama e de ama yemfiri on yenko dadaba tech hub eno so eye phones ne ho accessories phone bia wo hia bia phone bia wati din bia no okọ ho mbe ma obi upe bia ache odofo bi wa pe bia yusu upe bia to akwakoton a e cha akwan no eye kaneshi kramantem he ya udu kaneshi ahwehwe bia ya omugina pai takwa station e hye no e hope na dadaba ono so butu obo adwuma dendenden na okọ ho no mo behwe ama bibia e fine e de ama nwumekoi ene na nwuma mo bo mechi do maso masama mde sema hodo no aba be so mena nwumredi no Afia Fosuah Oduahoma Sresrebidi fremi me fia medame ho abasisia me ba pa ye shasi Tama misanda semu akwa ababie mu brenu adaji a wode ba be fem ye don hwe ba kontem KFM TV so medasi ye pa koso ma fidie no enda ha na hye so ma ye sententan fidie no ye wo so live KFM TV GH e wo Facebook na KFM TV GH e wo YouTube o subscribe YouTube na no follow ye page no Facebook etimi e dia maye other platforms ne so ye wo so e hon so edini e ba kopa KFM TV GH otu ayo ha de ekoso no benye bi ewo enframemu mention sem na se na nwumre enfama odi ameko eye mrahye bedwefie na ye northern caucus no mo de nsem bia betodwo mo chemi se ne omo ba beboabo edom bia no no makwa akopie mu ewo Kenya man ni nyina no mo ba behwe ama ye mu ayedua yi ehun fasodi a omunya wo man foforo so ne esu enya bi ewo man Ghana hasan se okopie mu Kenya man mu eba eye mu dua ne ehun adwuma wo mudi mutintima pa yi ntu yesi ye kwa akosua ne de aba bedanda ye de nani se bia bibia ne betimi akoyi sansemwe edom kese no ba no dani onmunya fo mahama yariga ono ene di sansemwe etudwa
have invited the Northern Caucus has invited the 6 municipal and district chief executives, and we are sending them this weekend to Kenya, which also has a huge rice production industry at a very large scale. And they're going to Kenya this weekend, the DCEs, and some chiefs from those locations to study commercial production of rice. And we also, as a caucus, invited some of the importers of rice to try and understand what we can do in the north to have them take the rice from us instead of importing the rice. And the importers suggested that they would like to take us to Vietnam, where they take their rice from, so that we see what Vietnam is doing, which makes them go there to pick the rice, and if we could replicate such practices here. So the importers are funding us to take, one major chief in each of the regions. So in all, about 5 very senior chiefs to Vietnam to see how they have organized themselves to produce rice and see how we can structure it, and then we can do the off-taking, they can do the off-taking from us and guarantee a market so that we can also work our way to encourage investments in those rice valleys.
Yegusu ejina sa ensem ni mu no san so di tudwa o to bi emane ye bedwem chiame hine Right Honorable Alban Kingsford Sumana Bagben ani sem otuma ni nyina wo kire se hu behia ye pa se ne udan we ni kohwe atifi mantem wan toka chenchen chiama ne homene so titru ene sola tuna kalba ai no savana mantem ni mu ene ho nkokoye nam so ama ebinum krai fi ho akwakopi mu nkrotu ahodo a eno ebemben ye no ke hu behia ye so omde omani be hwe ho no mahwama yi etimi ato ya sampo ne ekwa akoka ye Russia Ukraine war no san se de ye etim sisi akra ne se bi entimi enka ho asem nyimfiri ho ne akwa akoka obi de eho asem tinke be ya eho nsem ne so nko panyima na ni hwe ho ne ye fa ne ma ne hihye ngu akwem ne mboa ema asundwe ma pa ye hwe anim se be koso ewe tifi mantem no bibia no etimi akoyi.
We have a major problem with peace in the north, my own constituency, and entire half of the region, which covers 6 constituencies, have witnessed major instability the past several years, and has intensified a bit. So we are looking at how do we really have some engagement with the north around the issues of peace and sustainable peace. And after that area, we also witnessed a few occurrences in the Savannah region. And so we thought that as members of parliament, and I've had a discussion with the Right Honorable Speaker about this, before he goes to Ukraine, I think he should check his own neighborhood, and then let's see how we can work together to deal with the peace situation in the north. So one of the things that as Northern Caucus we want to do is, if we get some support, to pull together a Northern Conference around peace. I think that basically there are fault lines, there are underlying issues, and the problem has been to not start working on the underlying issues and wait till they erupt into violent conflict. Most of the underlying issues are really about land ownership, and then also who is entitled to rule over which areas. I believe that, as human beings, we should be able to, and then the early warnings are always there. We just don't act on them until they become what, in some of the cases, they have become. So the caucus is looking to the development partners, especially the UN, to see how we can work together around building a kind of dialogue with the various traditional rulers up north and the various stakeholders, so that we can map out the areas that we think are simmering, and then have a strategy around how to open conversation between groups that we know have issues, and then have experts help them to have a dialogue around those issues, and try to get government to move in to do the things that will prevent it from degenerating into actual violent conflict.
Ghana Mampeni, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Nensemo di ababetu nyina ne se ono aban ne na memu a wobu no hwenum se no karidi eni afin so preprepe yo ebekoso ekobasa na ebetwe eye investors ahodre from my fufromu a wo muso ababe piem wo man Ghana na se ne botae ne timu pase wo hwe mo man ne kan ko etimi akwakodu no yetimi edu san konkon no eso no so nsem a wodi tu dwa no eni.
At the domestic level, Your Excellency, I'm proud to report that Ghana has made significant progress in economic stabilization and structural reforms. Through sustained fiscal discipline, bold energy sector reforms, industrial modernization, and agricultural mechanization, we've restored confidence in our economy and laid a solid foundation for inclusive and sustainable growth. Today, the Ghanaian cedi, our domestic currency, is one of the best performing currencies worldwide. Inflation has fallen sharply from 23.8% in December 2024 to roughly 9.4% as of September 2025. Over the same period, GDP growth has increased from 5.1% in the first half of 2024 to 6.3% in the second quarter. These achievements send a clear and unambiguous message to our international partners and investors, as I stated at my inauguration, that Ghana is ready and open for business again. We remain committed to creating an enabling environment for investment with high levels of transparency and predictability, and a genuine commitment to public-private partnerships.
Concept from when farmer when I am and penny abedi being for Nana Jane or Poco Ajimai, or no so PM Italy, mining what Jumedia Cassia Cosun, which not seem penny a passed in Sember Benatuja, Nanina no she say ye be bramai no ye becca and Toma boa no nia ye juma swine no bebois, Emma Mofra and so my dear no betimia con in Nabwa mejuma so etimi ebuso. Na Saj media nature say no ye Agora 2025 conference a course war Palermo. Italy mining mono and all the same way in ano etuja.
Africa and Europe must build together as equals, investing in innovation, transferring technology, and creating jobs that serve both continents. Ghana stands ready. We are not merely a beneficiary, we are a partner. Development is not an event, it is a relay, and the baton is employment. Each generation must pass it on firmly to the next so that no hand is left empty. To our investors and partners here today and elsewhere, you're all welcome to Ghana, but not only to do business, but to help all of us build a future we can share. Together, we can fill many of the remaining gaps. Invest where productivity meets possibility. Stand with a nation where the energy of the youth, the leadership of women, and the vision of government move together.
Kane Babunu don't fret for one Crimantemu High demand a new patriotic party MPP menu kuno Ram Moses Sabo, what in Sembia call Eddie Amagana man Pena Ochem say near Boshak, Siaka, Bebrinan, Washisha, was so after the Mushine, Yin Nation Muso Beshed in your man to Triagua Quemu. A Sabo Shenning 90 Eddie free was answer Sabo Sha was sharing and announced me being true about Eddie Momo. In Tecobaso Mababe Fab and Randy Sudia, one shena Sabo Shena was sharing in Nano. One share and this was answer Ghana for being one more training. Ding.
A fine way and speed up what they do. Some more country and yes, at the moment. It is not what we are seeing. And I know Casa, this will be all talk. Most dollar above from. But who walk with Sika our transaction? Sika, you bet you. The son of what was account dollar and yes. Come market. In fact, you're waiting the schedule. So up to 3 p.m. People about Sikashin and they're calling on them to look at this thing and stop the propaganda government norm.
Ye free where any atwa so nsem foforo mu etimi e dia ma wa ye kwasue ya ehwe ye nsase na afin so obo ade ne pa wetimi dia adom ye ma bibia na ekoyi na we ye ne soafo abedi echu munyafo Yusuf Sulemana wode abesu dwa na wo chrem se ye licenses ahodo edema wonu mutu efom agudie no eni wo mo sign de ba beto ho abobo ho apensem mu na de enkoyi ntwe ye nyina no mahwe aye dwumedie ne hihye ewo ho se be ya efom agudie to wo man Ghana ha no ye be ye hihye na bibia no etimi akoso yi.
Issues of community rising up and fighting miners, large-scale companies will be a thing of the past. It's because we don't go through the process and go through it very well. But I want to assure you that we are reviewing the large-scale licenses. And again, my able minister has asked me to chair it. Very soon, we will revoke some of those licenses that people have just taken and blocking space and not allowing people to, those who mean business to do their business, we will revoke them and then give it to those who want to do business with them.
CEO Edema Minerals Commission Eyonmonya for Isaac Andrew Stano. Nene wakasa nsem ni nyina no wo chiremu aniema hodo eni afin su hye ya obefemu abetimi enya license a wodi be ye adwuma ewo man Ghana sebi enye se ofiti prekopa no akopie nsase bi no asahye sansa ne gudie ni etuntum ye ne mebi ensem fatose da bi ye wo processes ahodo a yetimi FM na sansemi ni kasebo ni chiremu no wo de san hye ni niema ni nyina gu akwema KFM TV ye to aso sei ediama.
What we have is the investor would come in and ask for. So there are stages and various licenses that you need to obtain. You start off with the reconnaissance, which they will give you a very big area. At that point, you don't touch or break the land. You do your geophysics, you pick surface structures, which would indicate wherever the mineral resources is. Then you come back to the commission. You shed off the other areas that you don't want, but you still share the data with the commission and geological survey. Then the area that you demarcate, now you come in for the PL, the prospecting license. That is when you can start to pick certain samples. And then forward that you continue to drill, which is the exploration, to establish the ore body, before you would come out to say, this is the reserve that I have, and I need a mining lease to be able to work that. So it's quite...
Ora Kofi Adam so no na ye soafo de maya gudie hu nsem e wo man Ghana ha na ene okopie mu public account committee na enu mo de nsem bi koma omo a ni nyina ni nchemu nyina nse omo ba behwe ama eye electronic ticketing etimi akoso ni nyina nse koba se event ahodo fireball bo hu wo man Ghana ha ekoso a ebefa eye abefo kwan so na ni nyina ni yetimi akeka bom se be ya prepepe no nokwarede betimi akoso nti ebedu se afene keka sikasem ni bibia bomu no ni ehun se ticket ahodo se ni eton ene fasodie sei ene bas ne koba se bi obi hye ne kokwe magi sikana na se po office ahodo akwakogi sikana emwa ema accounts ahodo mo pese omo ye no mo nsa entimi nkan ti we de ba be ye electronic ticketing se be ya o metimi akeka ni nyina bom na afene be kwa awieye no fasodie ahodo e ba so no o metimi abuhu enkonta emu nsem ni nchemu a odi tudwa no enyi.
So there are a number of steps that we are also introducing, and when we improve networking, which we haven't completely done yet, ticketing to our stadia facility during games time will no longer be 100% manual, where somebody can go and before you realize some people are printing something else and selling that one other than the real ticket. So you see the numbers at the stadium, but then when it comes to accounting for the money, less is presented. So we want to do some e-ticketing that brings about a lot more transparency. Aside that, when the money gets into the coffers, its use must follow through the standard accounting procedures and the financial regulations act that exist in this country. So you can't just take and spend anyhow. So where the threshold is way above, for example, the National Sports Authority, the ministry will have to come in and give the necessary approval. Very soon also we will inaugurate the board for the National Sports Authority, and they would also perform their appropriate duty. We will see to it that they perform what they are supposed to do and to engender and improve the transparency and accountability processes, which the honorable member is so concerned about.
Radam science so the children was answer Nima or Chemani Nano, and she share mono near my hood was some digua quem ma biaya hodua, your ball bonnet cost to a stadiums a hodua no ever my Ghana hano. Watches and no share, dear say, manual maintenance a hood so air barber cost to say beya and if no. A betty me agina people, a munche munia and the boss science to the tuja, was answer near to us to say, Ediamo.
You rightly know, were constructed many years ago. It's only some intermittent renovations that is being done. But through the best practices across the world, we were able to gather, document, and develop a maintenance manual, which the ministry and the NSA is applying to now. You would observe, Mr. Chairman, that recently, I think few days ago, even a church program was held at the Accra Sports Stadium. And one concern of Ghanaians is about even the pitch, the playing space. And you observe that was not touched. This is also because of the system that the ministry have put in place and the NSA is applying to later.
John Monya Foko Fi Adam, so I for no share good year Hunsem or my Ghana, and some Hodway, 1 year public accounts committee negotiate the two menim 2 Jano. Ye the air to Sonafi no ya dying, ya jabwa for one and cratua by a band semno, ye twaso, Ediama.
By just so new yanum a shaya ain't use fuel. Where so yansesa oil, near any key. A shaya gumechina, a ye lip moto, Giomi, Anase Nami, a yemu bia, on Sabeka or KFM Limited, a Ghana ha, lip moto, a bear for casa be, yanum, and where Dennis Hanso effect, wash interiors here. Can't hear me, Timothy, and you're trying to lip motor. There were 3 modes of driving. Over to me, I switch it, so open 10 more, over in the sports mode. So, person will save you battery, over to me is economy mode. That's a woman pen them now, open normal riding, so you're trying to standard. What charge your battery within 6 hours? A bet to me do what Kumasiaba. Measure air 310 kilometers. And to one how, over to me so the 3 hours fast charger. I charge and I'm you fool. Bonama, no wako Kumasiaba. Said no. May I try the Akano? Giomi. Niawani key. Make it show the key in a bell. Wow, was just in the interior on the Tiana. Black and white, papa. Son of FSNO. Why a screen tenting? A bomb cano, battery aka. Never who mileage and so also. When so dear, it took 320 kilometers and sana was our charger. We bet me a charger in 6 hours. Fast charger 3 hours. I bear for a FDA and so. We bet me a driving in 3 modes. A year standard, sports, and I say economy. So what pen to say me yanum choose sports what's it. We bet me to qualify Hakokubasi. I'm a battery ni be swak because a 320 kilometers. Who charging in 6 hours, which means your full battery. Now, when you're fast charging, 3 hours per your set. Making sure so okay in the car, when you're working, will be a door and I start. Chili Joby, black and white, Makuma Swat. man sanka wo de yen check the aka no nye no abefo de ne mu ba ko ni o de awunya no wo key make sure say key ne ben wonya sa wakam hui ono f leda na ewo mu no so dance eye gray no yo ma hodo mienu de ni hakakra ene de mu odu esan so wo screens mienu we e ma wo information ahunya wo car ne ho nyina ase besia bonyum papa your friend entertainment ya wo hia no ane and that's ubetumi so driving in 3 modes just like the others standard and I say sports so open tema car we so ebetumi etu kwaya kokumasi aba 330 kilometers ichema udu kra betumi jesi so no obonyum kakra ansa na edu wo charge in 6 hours no so betumi so charge no 3 hours your friend no fast charge eyinu mu nyina KFM Limited and they are big just so fraying near me on sanka wo de ententem so open installments a high purchase and train one nase we've got you solid yanu me on sabetumi aka fidie mu bia e wo KFM Limited on sabeke fidie no na wotua no nkakra we unya no bebia agi KFM Limited fraying ever sort out.
Yo, I'm for and I am Makwaba at the bar, a KFM musical shopper. The Tosum, you know, who free a Kumasi come that damn hono, a sunny at the bar at Dumuno, Sabran Udu, a Sambra Junction, Sambra Hotel, Quantana Sope. Na shop no any Sambra Hotel and the dinja anymore. Would the free Sambra Hotel a wo sane edeko nankane and Hagan hono ane oho ana KFM musical shop. Ye tosu mienu ye bie no foforo na de e kan say efidie papa etimiche de wo de ya sorry de wo de goro agoro ahodo tuma de bia wo de obehia eye mfidie mechira musical instrument bia no eye KFM ento wo se Ghana muntie Santimai muntie eye KFM musical shop ana sabre ya bie no foforo mu no chan e wo Prempeh 2nd Street we free old man come down na wo sane ede ko adum no ane udu Sambra Hotel kwantane so na wa dane on sani fa so oho ana KFM musical shop yi e wo ye ne Sambra Hotel ana ehwe animo ye twa abrebia
gina mese se be ya proud ana se me ye dwa me free kumasi adum KFM instrument store obi bisa sa se bo me fu de wo to no woni sida wo de niam papa e gina wonim na wo to no say yes wo to no bibi aka wakoma ni nyina free KFM instrument store kumasi adum se mi gina ho na me to no ma bi nya ho me ka fi se fi papa mu anim na mi gina no wo betro ye ko ma ya do sika na twa nanka kanau ensamfu ayi
Mami Sanda simu akwaba BM Fambra KFM TV we enwumre no sia kase bono ene egusu ati aprechi amede esomo ne da si ye pass afidie no egusu ade he ya connection ensuma esi e won from KFM TV GH on Facebook and afi YouTube oto aye wo ha ade koso no ubenye bi e wa abefo kwan so aye honsem eno no ye da si ye pa ye to ansem ne so ene enwumre etimi e di ama de America krenu Ashanti Regional Chairman the New Patriotic Party NPP amenu kono Bernard Nchibwesi akwa na hotedi chairman wuntumi enioni yoko honsensem ne twegu bebre na ni nyina no akontama ne ho nkro no ba a no mo hwe anim se sene wo no de ne ho adom eye fom agudie twa won kita nkrata e ma ne ho tumi so otimi di adwuma e wo man Ghana ha a kontaman ne nehye nase no e ade se na hwehwemu apaye koso ne nsem no emu ne nsem foforo bia na ekeka ne dua me no kase mu kopie mu e wo court ne mranim ni a wo hwe anim se na asem no metimi nya na pumesi brede amano no enum na court ahye se ne nsem omuguso e ka no wo ma twetwe nsem ne nyina asensem mo hwe anim se November bosom ni de to so dumienu e na afen so December bosom ni de to so 9 no wo mesan so atena sibiem na nsem ahodo a e fore no wo metimi aka na wo menya ho asem no bia ya ahodo a ebetimi akwa akotwemrenim ni ogina mu ma asansem ni semwe e no de to nsem twefo ni.
Yes, we do. We do have the resource. The truth is, we have a lot of Ghanaians who are experts in these areas. They don't reside in Ghana. They want to come home. All they need is the opportunity.
Usaye free aye Bernard and Chiboisi akone nsem ni mo ni ento aso nsem foforo mu entimi fama odi aye acting director general the Cyber Security Authority eyonmunya for Divine Selassie Agbeti na ene dwumedie koso onkramantem ha ni nyina no efa saa eye dwumedie no ye 1 million coders program His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Diaba ba be boa tete mofra hodo we cyber security no emu se be ya eba no eya be for kwan so ne ntentan fidie no ehwa bibia no betimi akonkan no no de to dwa wo chemse mpanyufo ayen hihye ye pa ni nyina na eba be boa meburu no wo saa kwan no se be ya bibia no betimi akonkan munyafo agbeti ni nsemo de to dwa wo saa dwumedie na se no course on kramantem ha no say enokan.
Yes, we do. We do have the resource. The truth is, we have a lot of Ghanaians who are experts in these areas. They don't reside in Ghana. They want to come home. All they need is the opportunity. So when we roll these things out, it creates opportunities for those who want to be in that space. And there are people who are actually training right now. They are in school, they are in universities, they are taking professional courses. There are people who are even doing career transition to move into cybersecurity. So when this opens up, our capacity grows. And don't forget, the Ministry for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, we are actually working on developing 1 million coders, which has been rolled out already. So by the end of the 4 years, having 1 million coders, a portion of those will be tilted towards cybersecurity profession. So we'll have them ready to get into this space, to build capacity, to build momentum, and to ensure that from academia and industry and even to policy levels, we are covered.
Everyone yakwa kopiemu ewa santimante mu nananu matna nkonwe wo wo mu aya amamrani amane de nhihye ni nyema gu forma ni nyina no wo mu de Asia ye German wonum president kese ni waba bepiemu man Ghana ha no bana kopiemu asantimante mu asaju media ni nhihye no etimi call so me His Excellency Frank Walter ade se omo yese ni nyina no hoho abakro mu no wo se niema ne hihye timi ekoso saa dwumedie no mu enenam so a omo yesa enhihye ne mu nchemu ni ntoaso no sei eneti. No was no yen free one yen brank Crimantem Muhabium na ye call ye sappy mine and a pubi mine no wagan West Mason no on Crimantem Muhaya. Na this year one more hano womu dia distradian ne kwama Ghana ba much as a senior car queen shani afin so car bobu binum e will be a ya one no mu swan fra by some bear food bridge be and farm mo se beya e be boama mo fra na fa food bridge ne so mo nkofa kwan nim e mark e ye car queen shia hodo no intimacy e was our quine so no ye che enene omu e dia kwama Ghana ba. Say free where say kwa santimantem ebiem na enedua me no ka say no eye dio to Joe Bryden wono ye Asante Achim Central Municipal Fire Commander na ensem okenya no de kwa mampanyifo say hu behia ye pa sa santimantem omo kwan no makwantempo ne so no casualization no bi ebekoso sanse koba se nkwanhia ene hu nkroban ba ema ne ho so a na ye saade no kwan ne ndida mu ye nti koba se ne ye frɛ na omumbe ni emebinum emfambu ankrofoko bi a ene obehu na chese ahemienu bi ehie no akwakofo ha oni amane etimi dia banti hu behia yi se ye kwan ni betimi ayesa adwumedie ne hihye na bibia ne to betimi abrase.
Our experience and our responses, incidents that we have attended to, looking at recommendations to help with the challenge on our route, there is the need for the dualization of the Accra-Kumasi road and with a median to help prevent head-on collision. As we've observed that head-on collision is the most commonest mechanism of these accidents that we've been experiencing off or along the stretch.
Yen dying nearby yet 170 and so away ready. That's in Samoa Kwaba being yet to answer Nesu a JDMO at media mouth, dear, yeah, or my Ghana, high sika cra be a batino, Bank of Ghana, or more Edin Sembina Babe to Jamode Kwama, a year mobile loan apps a hodua, a woman, a momuchema, Bebrena, a dear Mujume Bia, and your modienne boy bright, or more mobile sumi ya, a woman, November bosumi, mwe fiemu, eko see ya, fimpi me, near Dununsiemu, June bosumi ni mu. So mo fan to tro mo niema ye wo bia on krata wodo a wukita wodidi udade adwuma ye sikasem o man Ghana ha end da na akwemu ntoto ye no bomodin so ba be pie mu ewo wono makache no mo ama utumi nkrata e betimi ama wedi udwuma wo mo ma November bosumi akosi June bosumi aye ba besimu afie da ye nimu no wentimi anye sa anhihye ne de ne na sabio kontra na pe e na homa so ne ko enye sa pa de a ene mrane ni ubedi yunyu no sene ese na efatanti sa bread omodi ato ho e de ama obia ni nyina no e grace period sene potoka se me beka no no ubia pese wudi wudade adwuma se ye mobile money apps ahodo eni loan apps ahodo wo my Ghana ha no wo sa akwanya na kosi se ibere afini mu ade be ye wa anye dia na edu sa bre no na etwem jumbo so minim de eni omo so openchi dia na emrano ene wo ba bedi nti we ne nsema hodo a eye Bank of Ghana wo mo so edi aba montinim ye gina so ne edi dwedi nsem na simi adan ye ho ye ba ye to aso ne wie bibia ewe ni gide ensem Ewe bibia we ni jide mu e de ama odia ye call guru na kacho yenyumtuni wo my Ghana ha na enche bia na bede adwa se ya de se wo prayer ye SRCD breno e wo University of Ghana Legon Kramante mu ha ya emenam sokra ma odi nkunim de nedua me no kaso aba montene de nsem bi na aba betudwa e de afasa di bremre kakra wonya ye nimu a wo chemu se ne wo bo ne humodin yi pa e na afen so ebinom e keka won framem se wonya wo de ne hu bewura amanyo semu enum na o che se aso e no krepa sanse ko ba se otimi di edomanim sei e we yesuapon mu dia na wo ho akwanya so se otimi bejire mu e pre e ye di bra e no ya amanyo sem tie wo mu a na kwan bie ma na obetimi nso di nani ato afa ho nchemu ni amane bono eni.
It's all about providing services, providing the necessary help to your community, isn't it? Which is easy. If you are able to lead the whole University of Ghana, you can lead Ghana, the Republic. You can lead anywhere with University of Ghana. You can represent and even do better than anybody.
Okay.
Yes.
So you can?
Of course.
Good.
I can lead any portfolio. Trust me. And looking at Parliament, the entire government administration, and everything you see from the likes of Minister of Finance, Honorable Okujetua Blakwa, he is a rep from University of Ghana. He's an alumni. These are typical student activists.
Honorable Haruna Idris, even my president in Ghana, like he's coming from, he's a Vanda and I'm also a Vanda. Almost everybody.
Okay, so I see where you are going with this.
Yeah, you see, this is where we start from, and of course, it looks like, but some comment from me, please.
Guru Ninsem and our D2 and we not any win see a cassia boabo no besomuno. Ye fanning na brave ye conning 70 dimu a cotini be any. Can never buru down for the man crimante muha Emma, the new patriotic party and people menu kunumunya for Moses Abo, Wakasa or then send become His Excellency George Ramani Mohammed James, a bosha who do our share and one share. Now when this so sounds so now one sem from new copy more pobi man na fin to sape my crimante muha. Yes, Kumo from we or yetro moches are buying a hube here, yes, a foot bridge, wo muye be edimo, was answered Siciano, where ye cars are who do a war money queen, she a who do on a cobasa foot bridge no however bois, a trasani and the munchi moon and so ye de as some war ye bo ready and semu, na Bank of Ghana, and so then send me come out, may ye mobile money apps are who do I know ye loan apps I war my Ghana has a hube here ye pa, some obey your mushy share your money my ye say beya. Omo mama kwesi afia ye ba besi omo mutumi nkrata no endi mu ne ntwe ye nkoye no omo fanye santo twe ni hihye nyina nye sade esi afia eda ye ni mu dia ne ubia ye beso mu sa kwan ne so no emra no eni wo ebe di sanso na eni gide ensem no guru enso kasa ya wo chem se bi no mu kasa obera mani osem no si aso eno de betimi abamu pa sanse obi a wotimi di edom kakraka enim ewo University of Ghana Legon de oho akwanya so timi bedi ye Ghana nyina so wo sa kwan ne so nti ende wo mu a ekwan ne bi ma na bibia no betimi atoto de no so wonsem ne de beso mu ewo kase no eso ye kodia ne de aseda be ma aboafo Talent Microfinance KFM Musical Center and afi dadaba take up so mu ebo ye twi dom wa ojebre ne adaje so hwe ye tie no yeda Fosuah bebre mi amekenkan sem ne ma wo Afia Fosuah Oduahoma Sresrebidi from me Afia Macro.